Welcome back to Royal Mantle, where we uncover the stories behind the headlines that everyone's talking about. Today, we're diving into a confession that has completely changed how people see one of the most polished celebrities of our time. Hailey Bieber just delivered a bombshell revelation that's sending shockwaves through social media. And frankly, it might be the first time she's shown us who she really is behind all that carefully curated perfection. After maintaining complete silence about her motherhood experience for almost an entire year, she's suddenly pulling back the veil on what actually went down during her pregnancy and early days with baby Jack Blues Bieber. And let me tell you, what she shared has people questioning absolutely everything they thought they knew about her. If you're here for celebrity stories that go beyond the surface-level gossip, make sure you're subscribed, because we're about to dissect a story that's way more complex than it first appears. So picture this scenario. The woman who's made millions building a brand around effortless perfection suddenly becomes completely transparent about stretch marks, sleepless nights, and the unglamorous products that literally became her lifeline during pregnancy and beyond. This isn't some typical sponsored content post, and the internet is absolutely losing their collective minds trying to figure out if this is authentic relatability or just another masterfully planned publicity strategy. The bombshell dropped through a comprehensive Instagram story series where Hailey outlined her complete pregnancy and postpartum survival arsenal. She opened by explaining that since her son is approaching his first birthday, she finally felt ready to reveal all her essential pregnancy and post-baby products that she absolutely loved and depended on, many of which she continues using today. For expecting mothers or brand new mamas, she claimed these were the items she absolutely could not have survived without. But here's where it gets interesting. Her product list reads like an actual mother's emergency survival guide, not some perfectly curated influencer recommendation collection. Bumpology Bump Butter claimed the top spot, followed by an array of belly butters specifically engineered for stretch mark prevention. She highlighted Rhode Glaze Stretch Mark Cream, which actually makes complete sense because anyone who's experienced pregnancy understands that stretch marks are incredibly real and totally normal, despite what perfectly filtered social media posts might lead you to believe. Obviously, her Rhode lip treatment made an appearance, which would honestly be suspicious if it didn't, since it's literally her own company. But she also featured products from completely different brands that clearly weren't sponsorship arrangements. Neuron Body Butter, nipple cups designed for breastfeeding, Skims nursing bras and boy shorts, and comfortable mom pumps all earned spots on her list. The fact that she specifically included nipple cups and nursing-specific items proves she's discussing the actual reality of postpartum life, not just the Instagram-worthy, picture-perfect moments. Bio oil received special recognition for scarring, which again suggests someone who genuinely dealt with the physical transformations that accompany pregnancy and childbirth. She included basic survival necessities like wipes and diapers, comfortable sleepwear, bump suit belly bands and baby carriers, compression socks, body armor drinks, coconut water, trace mineral supplements, nipple butter, and glass containers for storing breast milk. Now here's where things get absolutely fascinating. The internet's reaction has been completely split down the middle. One camp is celebrating this as the most genuine and relatable Hailey has ever appeared, finally revealing a side of herself that feels authentic and accessible to regular people. These supporters argue that she's faced criticism for years for appearing too flawless and unreachable. And this glimpse into the messy, real aspects of motherhood is exactly what people have been wanting to see from her. But then there's the opposing camp that's seriously questioning the timing and true motivation behind this sudden burst of vulnerability. Critics are demanding to know why she waited nearly a full year to share this crucial information, especially when she could have been connecting with other expecting women and new mothers throughout her entire journey. Some are theorizing that this represents a calculated strategy to rehabilitate her public image, or possibly even disguised sponsored content masquerading as personal recommendations. The timing question becomes particularly compelling because Hailey maintained her pregnancy relatively privately compared to other high-profile celebrities. She announced her pregnancy when she was already 6 months along, and throughout the remaining pregnancy period and early motherhood phase, she revealed very little about the actual day-to-day experience. This silence was especially noticeable considering that she owns her own beauty and wellness brand, which would have provided the perfect platform for discussing pregnancy-safe products and postpartum care essentials. What makes this entire situation even more complicated is the comparison to other celebrities who've received praise for their transparency about pregnancy and motherhood experiences. Stars like Chrissy Teigen, Amy Schumer, and Ashley Graham have constructed significant portions of their brands around honest conversations about pregnancy symptoms, postpartum depression, breastfeeding challenges, and the physical and emotional obstacles of becoming a mother. The authenticity question becomes even more significant when you examine Hailey's previous brand identity. She's consistently been associated with that effortless, perfect lifestyle that feels almost impossible to achieve for ordinary people. Her social media presence has traditionally showcased flawless makeup, designer clothing, luxurious vacations, and picture-perfect moments with Justin. This sudden pivot toward discussing nipple butter and compression socks feels like a complete transformation from her typical content strategy. If you're finding this analysis helpful, hit that like button, because we're about to dive even deeper into what this really means. Multiple social media users are highlighting that this could have created an incredible opportunity for authentic connection if it had occurred in real time. Imagine if Hailey had documented her pregnancy journey as it unfolded, discussing morning sickness, body changes, childbirth anxieties, and the overwhelming nature of preparing for a first baby. That type of content could have established a completely different relationship with her audience. The business perspective cannot be overlooked either. Several products she mentioned come from brands that frequently collaborate with influencers, and some people are questioning whether this actually represents a series of undisclosed partnerships. While she included her own Rhode products, she also mentioned Skims, which raises questions about potential collaboration with Kim Kardashian's brand Empire. However, examining the actual products she listed reveals that many are genuinely practical, items that real mothers absolutely swear by. Bio oil for scarring, compression socks for circulation support, comfortable nursing bras, and coconut water for hydration all appear on countless authentic pregnancy and postpartum recommendation lists created by actual mothers, not marketing departments. The glass milk jar mention becomes particularly revealing because storing breast milk represents one of those unglamorous yet essential aspects of breastfeeding that most people never consider until they're experiencing it firsthand. It's the kind of specific detail that suggests genuine experience rather than researched content. The response from actual mothers has been mixed, but generally more positive than the broader internet reaction. Many women are simply grateful to see any celebrity acknowledging that pregnancy and postpartum recovery involve much more than adorable baby bumps and sweet newborn photographs. They're appreciating seeing someone with Hailey's platform finally mention compression socks and nipple butter, even if it required almost a year. Some mothers are also defending the timing, emphasizing that many women need time to process their pregnancy and birth experiences before they're prepared to share them publicly. The postpartum period can be emotionally overwhelming, and adding public scrutiny to that experience might not be something everyone wants to handle in real time. The broader conversation this has ignited about celebrity authenticity proves equally fascinating. People are questioning what they actually expect from public figures and whether immediate sharing of personal experiences should be demanded, or whether privacy during major life events should be respected. There's also the question of whether this represents a fundamental shift in Hailey's overall brand strategy. Is this the beginning of a more relatable, authentic version of her public persona? Or does this represent a one-time attempt to address criticism about being too perfect and unrelatable? Only time will reveal if this type of content becomes a regular component of her social media presence. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell because we'll be following this story as it develops. The impact on her business ventures could prove significant either way. If this is perceived as genuine, it could help Rhode connect with a broader audience of mothers and women who previously felt excluded from the brand's aesthetic. If it's viewed as calculated, it could backfire and make people even more skeptical of her motivations. What's particularly intriguing is how this fits into the larger conversation about social media and motherhood. There's been growing resistance against the perfect mommy blogger aesthetic, with more women demanding honest discussions about the challenges of pregnancy, childbirth, and raising children. Hailey's post, regardless of its motivation, contributes to that conversation. The products themselves tell a compelling story about the reality of pregnancy and early motherhood that's rarely discussed in celebrity circles. Stretch mark cream, nipple butter, compression socks, and milk storage solutions all address the physical realities of growing and feeding a human being. These aren't glamorous topics, but they're essential ones for anyone navigating this experience. Moving forward, it will be fascinating to observe whether Hailey continues this more transparent approach to sharing her experiences, or if this was a one-time experiment in vulnerability. The response to this post will likely influence her future content strategy and could potentially reshape how she connects with her audience. The conversation surrounding this post also highlights the impossible position many female celebrities find themselves in regarding authenticity. They're criticized for being too perfect and unrelatable, but then when they do share more personal content, they're accused of being calculated or attention-seeking. It's a lose-lose situation that reflects broader societal expectations about how women should behave in public spaces. Whether you believe this was a genuine moment of vulnerability or a strategic brand maneuver, it has succeeded in generating exactly the kind of conversation that could benefit both Hailey personally and her business ventures. It's reminded people that even celebrities deal with the unglamorous realities of motherhood, and it's opened up space for discussions about the products and support systems that actually help women navigate pregnancy and early parenthood. The ultimate test will be whether this represents a lasting change in how Hailey approaches her public persona, or if it was simply a brief departure from her usual content strategy. For now, it's given people a glimpse behind the perfectly curated Instagram posts and reminded everyone that even the most glamorous celebrities need nipple butter and compression socks sometimes. What do you think? Was this genuine vulnerability or calculated strategy? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on celebrity authenticity moments and the real stories behind the perfect posts, make sure you're subscribed because we're always here to break down what's really happening behind the scenes.